these are my early predictions for the 2026 FIFA World Cup Inter-Confederation playoffs. In Path 1, we've got New Caledonia taking on Jamaica in the semifinal matchup, and the winner of that game will play DR Congo in the final to see who makes the World Cup. And you would think that Jamaica would easily get by New Caledonia, but Jamaica had been on fraud watch ever since CONCACAF World Cup qualifying ended. They had a must-win game at home in Kingston against Curacao to see who makes the World Cup, and instead they drew 0-0 at home to make sure Curacao becomes the smallest nation to debut at the World Cup. Jamaica are the kings of fumbling, and they're probably the only team in these Inter-Confederation playoffs that could genuinely lose to New Caledonia. However, I do have Jamaica beating New Caledonia this time around, with or without Mason Greenwood, if they can actually convince him to represent Jamaica going forward. However, in the hypothetical final between DR Congo and Jamaica, I got DR Congo easily taking this one. DR Congo managed to get by Cameroon and Nigeria in the second round of African World Cup qualifying to make it to the Inter-Confederation playoffs, and they did this all without debatably their best attacking player in Yohan Wissa, who is out due to injury. So with him being back, I think DR Congo will just be too strong to handle, and I got them qualifying to their first World Cup since 1974, where they were previously known as Zaire. Now moving on to Path 2, we got Bolivia versus Suriname in the semifinal matchup, and their winner of that game will take on Iraq to see who qualifies for the World Cup. And this path I think is a little more tough to call, especially with this semifinal being between two decent teams. Bolivia became home merchants in the Colombo World Cup qualifiers, and played in such high altitude to prevent opposing teams from breathing basically, and make it this far in these World Cup qualifiers. While Suriname low-key got lucky that they're even here, with Guatemala scoring a last-minute own goal to help Suriname climb over Honduras as one of the best third-place teams to make the Inter-Confederation playoffs. However, with these games being taken place in Mexico and not in Bolivia, I don't think Bolivia will get past Suriname, especially if Suriname manages to convince other Dutch dual nationals to switch over to Suriname, like Somerville for example. So with that being said, I got Suriname winning this tie and making it to the final, where they would have to play Iraq. And this game is going to be good, but I also think that Iraq's defense is going to be too good for Suriname to handle, and that's why I got Iraq beating Suriname on penalties or late into extra time to make their first World Cup since 1986. That would be fire.